look. Ow, jeez. It's hot, man.
It don't work.
This looks like a Parker contraption.
Yeah, last person used it at a press conference. He took the whole thing, but it don't have the knob on the bottom anymore.
I think our young Cody Sloan got one of those. He's all excited about it. Yeah, that stinks.
All right, stand down, will you?
Little balancing act here.
Eventually, it's going to be. The only thing that's bad about it, we were trying to do systems forecasting one night. On-site support versus that petition does not keep sound out in between the two rooms.
And you hit it, it turns out too.
When you hit it.
If you don't mind, you can stay right where you are. Look at this. I'm just going to slide right here next to you. I'm unfortunately walking through here. Guys, if you want more comfortable, you can.
Yeah, I can move. I mean,
Okay.
it'll probably move out.
You see, you can commit to being close to your camera, your guy, right? Thank you. I'll take you over there.
My head is am I good here or do you need to move over?
Oh, you're great.
This is going to be fun.
Yeah, 'cause it's easy.
let me know when you're ready, okay? Everybody good? All right.
Yeah.
On May 5th, our office was called to the Larkin Park community in Spartanburg County. When we got there, we found a deceased 17-year-old that had apparently been shot. We got out there, we had a few witnesses we needed to talk to, and just some really good investigative work by the investigative team who stayed on top of this and went and talked to every person they possibly could. They were able to make 2 arrests for the murder of Antonio Gregory Panawamba. He's a white male. He was age 17. I think his friends knew him by Tony. You know, he would have been a senior at Byrnes High School this year. And this is a tragic loss that, you know, could have been prevented. So, but our team did a really good job in finding the suspect and an accomplice. Travis Emil Jones Jr. of 186 Israel Drive in Welford has been charged with murder and possession of a weapon during a violent crime. Marco E. Hidalgo Ordona has also been charged with attempted murder and possession of a weapon during a violent crime. And I have some pictures here of some young men that are in our community that have absolutely ruined the rest of their life, not to mention what they've done to the family of this young man that has died. You know, I had a talk with the family, with the investigators today, and, you know, their heart's broken, of course. You know, just because we arrested somebody and have them charged doesn't mean this is over for them. This is something forever. This is the young man right here. His nickname is Trap. He's the gentleman we charged with the murder of a 17-year-old Antonio Panawamba. Tony. This gentleman right here is the second subject we found to be involved in this. You know, all of them had guns. You know, it's just, to me, this is just senseless. We have an idea of what brought them to the park. You know, it was just kids being kids, but I mean, you know, I guess my message is to the younger crowd nowadays. There's a lot better ways to settle your differences than with guns. I mean, you know, the law is here to help you. If somebody's wronged you in some way, you know, it is not acceptable for you to pull your guns out and start shooting folks. Nobody wants that. So, you know, now we got to deal with a community that's lost a 17-year-old, and District 5 in particular has been hit pretty hard this year with deaths. So, I'll try to answer some of your questions if I can.
So they just had a disagreement, you know, what it was over?
There was a fight, and, you know, what happened after that is pretty chaotic, but, you know, some guns were brought to the table, and, you know, it was senseless. You don't settle your differences that way. I've been made aware that there might be a fight club going around here in Spartanburg County. So let me make you aware that I know that, and don't think that we're not trying to monitor social media to try to find out where these are, and we will put charges on whoever we need to. So I'm trying to give you a warning. You know, if you go take boxing lessons, fine, but these fight clubs are off limits, and you need to cut them out right now.
So it's just kind of a fight to fight, not like
Yeah.
over drugs or money or anything?
No, I mean, I don't think any of that was in play here, but, you know, a 17-year-old lost his life over absolutely nothing. So.
Would you define the fight club mentality? What is that?
This is nothing new. The fight club is amongst teenagers, how they settle the differences. And I know they're getting it off social media because you can see it on Facebook. You know, it happens a lot in the bigger cities and stuff like that, you know, where they pit one guy or girl against another and they like to film them and put it online, and we're not going to tolerate that. And I'm asking all the school districts, you know, to start looking into those kind of things and help us with that. I mean, It's just nonsense. You know, if you're going to do that, hey, let me know. I'll buy some boxing gloves and I'll provide you a spot. You know, but we're not going to do it the way it's been going on. And there's a lot of people are getting hurt for no reason. And, you know, this escalated into a murder for no reason. So you need to make sure, as I am, is to keep this family in your prayers. You know, just like I said earlier, just because somebody's been arrested for it, the pain's not gone for them. This is not closure. It's just another step.
Was there some video of that incident that helped?
Not that we found. We were just able to talk to some witnesses because we do have a really good relationship in our communities, and you know, there's a lot of the teenagers that trust us, and a lot of the older adults that trust us, and they'll talk to us. And I personally got several phone calls about this one. So, you know, don't think, you know, that whatever you do is not being watched, because sometimes, you know, people trust me more than they do you. So.
And how do you know how it changed from I guess fist to hand-to-hand
Don't know.
combat to
Yeah.
guns? I mean, how did that?
I think the fight was already over, and somebody, I don't know if they wasn't satisfied. I just don't know the answer to that. You know, I can only speculate at this point, but we need to make sure. I'm asking the school districts to be aware, you know, that some of this stuff might be going on in your own school. We just need to know about it. You know, we need to go, and I ask your mom and dads, again, be nosy. Be nosy with your teenagers, because sometimes the mistake they make costs them a little money, and sometimes the mistake they make costs them their life. So I'd rather be nosy.
Travis Jones Jr., he was mentioned early on in the investigation. What is his relationship to the victim? Were they friends?
I think they were friends, actually, yeah. Yeah, they were, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, this guy actually lived with him for a time. You know, so they were buddies. You know, why these things happen, I don't have an answer to that. I wish I did. I wish I knew what was coming so we could prevent it, but, you know, that's not possible. But we got three teenagers that have ruined their life forever. They'll never be the same. Their families won't be the same either. You know, just because these two young men are charged here, you got to think that their families have lost kids too. You know, I mean, I know you can argue that you can go see them in jail, but still, I mean, they're away from the family, and their life is turned upside down forever now. So.
Were they students as well?
I think they were at one time. I don't think they were, you know, right then. I'm not sure about Trapp. He might have been a student, but I think he was out of school at this point. I don't know for what reason.
Did you say their ages?
I can look. I know that I think the Hidalgo gentleman was 18. 19, and Trapp, he's 19. What about the other guy? 17. So there you go. You got some, all of them in the teens, and you know, this is ridiculous. You know, we have a fight and then it turned out to be like this. First of all, it's ridiculous that you go set a fight up.
Do people pay to come watch these fights?
I don't know. I don't know enough about it, and I debated whether even to talk about it today, but I wanted the districts to hear that we may have this issue so they can start, you know, talking with some of their students and making some other alternatives available to them. So we're kind of in the baby investigations of that, so we really can't speak intelligently. I do know what's going on, but I don't know how, when, and where. And if I find out, I'll certainly be glad to share it with you so we can, you know, get the message out to the other family members. You know, I really want you to be nosy about where your teenage kid's going. You know, because, see, I understand that teenagers are caught between still being kids and still wanting to be adults. You know, and it's a tough spot for them. I get it, but that's the reason why we have parents. They're supposed to kind of give them the guidance and the wisdom that they need. And some kids are not getting it. So I'm challenging the parents, you know, be involved. It's not too late.
Because all three are charged, specifically, do you know who pulled the trigger? Did all of them participate, and did all of them fight?
Trapp did that.
So there's 3 charged?
No, just 2.
Oh, I'm sorry, 2 charged.
Just 2 charged.
And if you come across these fight clubs in the future, I mean, what is that like a different charge that somebody would have because Because there's a whole new little world there, you know, of, I mean, do you charge somebody with organized spotting, or?
I don't know, I would actually have to look and see what the law and what kind of medication we can put on it. We'd prefer to just get there and break it up and be done with it, but, you know, be aware we're gonna call your parents. I mean, we're gonna tell on you. And I don't care if you know we're gonna tell on you, we're trying the best we can to save your life. You know, there are professional fighters that train all their life. They get hit the wrong way and they're paralyzed or dead. So what makes you think it's not Mike? You know, something like that couldn't happen to you. It can. You can fall backwards and hit your head and never wake up. You know, is it worth it? Is it worth fighting over? I'm not telling everybody, you know, because when people jump on you and stuff, I get it. You got to protect yourself. It's a little different when you're doing that as opposed to just organizing a time to go beat on somebody. That's nuts. So, I don't know if it's happening in any other districts. I do know that District 5 is where I know it's some of it's been occurring. So I'm not gonna limit it to District 5. That's where I went to school. So I'm certainly not talking bad about any school district. I just want you to be aware of the fact that we have a problem like that. So I need the coaches. You know, you coaches reach a lot more kids than you know. You have a captive audience and those kind of things, and you know, get to know them, man. I mean, I want you to really. I need your help, and I'm asking for your help. So I'm at this point. I think we're done here. I think I've answered everything I can. So, but I do want to remind you to please keep praying for Tony's family. You know, this is a 17-year-old kid. Think about it. He was sweet 16 not long back. You know, last year he was just able to get him a car and those kind of things. You know, just start living a little bit. So let's make sure we keep all three families into prayer. I want to brag. I really want to brag on the investigators. They went out there and it was very chaotic because kids were scared. They ran people down all this weekend. I don't think they slept very well, to be honest with you. I know a couple of the dads missed a funeral that we had to attend Saturday for a young kid, and you know, he wanted to be with his daughter. So, you know, our deputies give up a lot to ensure justice is done. That's the reason why, you know, I'm still asking for prayers on the pay increase and, you know, and for the deputies in general. So I appreciate you very much, your time and attention today. So if there's anything we can do, let us know, okay? You're welcome. Now, I know that y'all need some packets to give out, Kevin. Okay. Well, these photos right here, please take as many of them. Take pictures of them wherever you need. Yes, sir. Good to see you. They will be, but those are good and colored, so you may want to take those and take good pictures of them.